Normally, Saudi Arabia is known for oil and immense wealth. But behind this glamour, a disturbing reality is hidden. This Arab country may be very rich, but at the same time, it is deprived of one of nature's most essential blessings: water. It's like having a palace of gold, but only 2 sips of water to drink. Saudi Arabia is the largest country in the world that does not have a single natural river. About 98% of its land is made up of scorching desert sand, and rainfall is almost non-existent. But now, in the middle of that same desert, where for miles you see nothing but silent dunes, Saudi Arabia has started creating its own rivers. These are not ordinary rivers. Here, instead of water flowing down from mountains, it is being pumped upward toward them. Thousands of kilometers of freshwater pipelines and an artificial river network that seems to challenge the laws of nature. But the real question is, when this country doesn't have water, where is it coming from? And the most surprising thing is, how has this impossible task been made possible? Welcome once again to Nobel's Creations videos. Viewers, you may already know that Saudi Arabia's climate is extremely hot and dry. For example, in the capital Riyadh, the annual average rainfall is only 116 millimeters. While its population was 3 million in 1950, today it has grown to more than 26 million. This growing demand has put unbearable pressure on water reserves. But if Saudi Arabia has no natural rivers, then where does its fresh water come from? To meet its needs, the Saudi kingdom for a long time extracted water from deep underground aquifers. This water is called fossil water, which accumulates over millions of years underground. And it also takes millions of years to refill. In other words, it is a non-renewable water resource. For many decades, Saudi Arabia fulfilled nearly 70% of its water needs by extracting this fossil water. And the result of this excessive use was terrifying. NASA's GRACE satellite data shocked Saudi authorities when it revealed that between 2002 and 2016, Saudi Arabia's underground water reserves were decreasing at a rate of about 2 cubic kilometers per year. That means Saudi Arabia was using about 2 trillion liters of fossil water every year. At that time, the population was around 18 million. And each person was consuming about 310 liters of water daily, whereas the global average per person is about 150 liters per day. This is like using a battery that can never be recharged. Not only were there no rivers, but Saudi Arabia was also rapidly exhausting its only water source. But what was the reason for this excessive use? The water crisis worsened in the 1970s when the government decided to grow wheat domestically instead of relying on imports. Although the plan started with good intentions, it severely damaged water conservation. The government provided subsidies for wheat farming and encouraged farmers, which led to a rapid expansion of agriculture. By 2003, about 85% of the country's water was being used in agriculture alone. This mistake drained water reserves so quickly that within 3 decades, the government had to abandon the wheat farming program. To handle this crisis, it was decided to reserve the remaining fossil water only for emergencies. Now, if Saudi Arabia doesn't use its only water source, then where will it get fresh water? This groundbreaking project is the plan to build the world's largest artificial river, a project revolutionary not only in scale, but also in thinking. Spanning approximately 12,000 kilometers, this man-made river is being constructed underground. A project of this scale has never been done before in the world. Under this project, around 9.4 million cubic meters or 9.4 billion liters of water will be produced daily.
This water will be obtained using advanced desalination technology, which converts the salty water of the Red Sea and Persian Gulf into drinkable fresh water. This artificial river will travel underground to minimize evaporation in the extreme desert heat. Its width and depth are designed so that water can flow continuously to different parts of the country, even to areas that suffer the most from water scarcity or are located on mountains. This project is not just about supplying water, but also about reviving Saudi Arabia's dream of self-agriculture. That is, to grow their own crops and not depend on others, a dream that was once considered impossible on such land. With sustainable and unlimited water, Saudi Arabia aims to turn its barren land green to reduce dependence on food imports and diversify its economy beyond oil. This artificial river has a width of 11 meters and a depth of 4 meters, and the entire network will extend up to 12,000 kilometers. To transport water to distant regions, special anti-corrosion pipes with a diameter of 2.25 meters are being used. This pipeline network is so vast that its length could be twice that of the Nile River, clearly showing the scale of the project. This engineering marvel is not just creating a new water source, but an entirely new system never imagined before. If the pipes were laid in a straight line, they could circle the entire Earth. While pipelines can transport water across the country, the biggest challenge remains converting seawater into fresh water. For this, 28 desalination plants have been built along the Red Sea and Persian Gulf. Their job is not just to remove salt, but to do it using less energy and with minimal pollution. This is not an easy task, especially when demand is extremely high and there are no natural water sources. The first technology is multi-stage desalination, massive plants that separate salt from water. The process may sound simple: heat the water, turn it into steam, and then condense it. But the scale is mind-blowing. Imagine hundreds of steel tanks as long as football fields where seawater is boiled. Then it is transferred to another chamber where pressure is gradually reduced, allowing water to evaporate at lower temperatures. The steam is then condensed and collected as fresh water. One major advantage of this process is that it works efficiently on a large scale. The leftover steam is used to spin turbines, recovering some of the energy used in heating. Another rapidly growing technology in Saudi Arabia is reverse osmosis. This technology is inspired by human cell biology. In reverse osmosis, seawater is passed through an ultra-thin polymer membrane with extremely tiny pores. These pores are so small that even salt or even viruses cannot pass through. This system filters out up to 99% of salts and minerals, producing pure water. The most impressive part of this technology is its energy efficiency. Modern reverse osmosis plants use only about 2.8 kilowatt hours to produce 1,000 liters of water. That's roughly the same energy used by a household water pump. Today, about 66% of Saudi Arabia's water demand is met through desalination. Additionally, more than 500 dams have been built across the country, with a total storage capacity of around 2 billion cubic meters. For example, King Fahd Dam can store over 325 million cubic meters of water, making it the largest in the country. These reservoirs not only provide drinking water, but also support agriculture and help recharge underground aquifers. But another question arises: what happens to the salt removed from the water?
Remember, 1 liter of seawater contains about 35 grams of salt. So if Saudi Arabia produces 9.4 billion liters of freshwater daily, it means about 329,000 tons of salt remain every day. To understand this weight, consider that the heaviest animal on Earth, the blue whale, weighs only about 200 tons. This salt is dumped back into the sea. But releasing such large amounts of salt in one place has created dead coral zones in the Red Sea where marine life has disappeared. Experts call this a hidden danger of desalination, because if waste is directly discharged into the sea, it increases both temperature and salinity, posing a threat to marine ecosystems. To prevent this, Saudi Arabia is working on deep-sea multi-diffusers, which spread the brine across different locations instead of dumping it in one place. There is also the idea of brine mining, where valuable minerals like magnesium and potassium can be extracted, reducing waste and creating economic value. Today, Saudi Arabia is the world's largest producer of desalinated water. Not only that, its water delivery system has been recognized by Guinness World Records as the largest pipeline network in the world, and this network is continuously expanding. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman aims to meet 100% of the country's water needs through this system by 2030. One of the most astonishing sights of this project can be seen in the mountains. Laying pipelines at 10,000 feet altitude is already extremely difficult, but pumping water uphill requires massive pumping stations. These stations operate 24/7, continuously pushing water upward. These pumping stations alone consume about 9% of Saudi Arabia's electricity. It's like rivers flowing uphill instead of downhill. Saudi Arabia's underground river is not just a pipeline network, but a declaration that water scarcity can be overcome with technology. This project is still evolving, and the world expects further improvements. Today, the country that has no natural rivers or water resources will host the World Water Forum in 2027. This shows the world that even the most inhospitable environments can be transformed with determination and technology. Saudi Arabia's message is a new path for many countries and regions. Thank you so much for the amazing comments. See you in the next awesome video.